Okay, yesterday was our annual seed swap in Hereford. Absolutely great fun. You come away absolutely fired up about the new gardening year, or I do at least. Come back with a big handful of seeds and a few plants and cuttings, and I'm desperate to get growing. I even bought some compost on the way home. That's how keen I was. But you've got to hold yourself back. It's the beginning of February. You could get something going too early and be very disappointed. So I'm limiting myself very much on what I'm planting this weekend. It's just the beginning of February. So I've got some broad beans. I've got two types. I've got the Sutton, nice dwarf broad bean, ideal for eating. And I've got these ones that I'm growing specifically for seed saving. These were from the Heritage Seed Library. They're called Gloucester Bounty. Gloucester spelt slightly wrong actually in the name, which kind of adds to its appeal almost. And I actually had someone, when I put a few years ago, I put that I was growing these and saving the seed from them. I had someone email me from the Hebrideans, and I sent them some seeds up, and now they're saving these seeds up there. They're ones that reminded them of their childhood, so I thought it was quite nice to keep it going. I want to keep these going for myself as well. Really good broad bean. I haven't got that many of them left, so these are just going to be for seed saving this year. You need at least 40 to prevent inbreeding depression, and kind of you need to keep that genetic variation in the variety. I'm going to grow them in the polytunnel. These ones, they're going to be isolated from the others and from any field beans growing around. Broad beans do cross-pollinate really easily with other beans, other fava beans. And so I'm going to grow these in the polytunnel. I'm going to have a mesh door on there, or maybe net them inside, and hopefully prevent cross-pollination that way. So that's what I did last time, and they grew really well. So I'm really looking forward to growing these again for seed saving. We've also got some peas, some early round, kind of smoothed peas, which are fine for early sowing. These are about the earliest ones I could possibly find. I got these from America. They're called Alaska. These are really cool, really early, really tasty pea. So I'm looking forward to growing these again. The peas and broad beans, I'm going to sow in my root trainers. I've got loads and loads of these. So beans get sown one section per root trainer. And peas, I tend to put 3 or 4 in each one. And you have little clusters come up, and it works ideal when I go to plant them out. So the other thing I've got is my kale. My perennial kale is looking really, really sorry for itself. Those hard frosts we had, it was like -10, -11 here. It's knocked it for 6. Absolutely knocked it for 6. The first time it kind of came back, and now it just looks like it's dying. And I found a few live shoots. There was one little plant that had a few live shoots on it, so I've cut some of those off. I also picked up a little sorry-looking cutting yesterday, which has kind of dried out a little bit. So I'm going to try and get that started as well. They normally take really easily. I'm just going to cut them off and pop them in the soil, and hopefully get a few more to come back. I was really pleased with that. That last spring, that saw us all through the Hungry Gap. You know, I was harvesting lots of this perennial kale. It's absolutely beautiful. You had to get the whitefly off it, but it was really, really good. But yeah, this year we're not going to be eating much of it, so I'm going to try and start this again. I had big plans to put it all down inside the polytunnel, but it looks like it's going to take me a bit longer to get going from about 4 of these. So we'll see how we go. I've also got some stuff to do in the house as well. So these are going to go in my heated windowsill propagator in these little pots here. I've got some sweet peppers and some chili peppers, which I love growing every year. Now, these need a bit of heat to get them started, hence why they're going in a heated one. And I have got a grow light up there, about a 7-watt grow light, but it makes such a difference to how they grow, having that grow light on them. I've also picked up an aubergine. I don't like aubergines, but everyone yesterday at Seed Swap was like, well, just take one and try it. Just grow a couple of them. So I'm going to go try and grow a couple of aubergines this year and see if I can use them and actually enjoy eating them. It's not really veg I don't like, but aubergine just doesn't do anything for me. So yeah, those are what we're doing there. I'm going to hold off on planting tomatoes. I love my tomatoes. I like to get them in early, but this year I think I'm just going to hold back a little bit longer, because they all seem to catch up. If I sow some at the end of March, they catch up with the ones I sowed in February, and you've got to look after them longer. So I'm going to hold back, I'm going to hold fire, and just see how we can go with those, and just leave them a little bit longer before I start them off in the house, because we grow about 50 tomato plants, so it's quite a few to manage. So the less time I've got to look after them, the less chance I've got of killing them. So yeah, let's get started sowing. Yesterday I went and bought some of this Melcourt peat-free compost. So we'll see what it's like. I've not used this one before. If I open the bag, oh, you can see. Actually, that's got nice texture, nice consistency. I'm so full of cold. I can't. Oh, I got compost all over my nose. I can't actually smell much at all, which I guess is a good sign. I bought some peat-free last year from somewhere else, and it's absolutely rubbish. It smelled of fish. The only good one I found, and luckily it's produced around here, is Fertile Fibres. And that's made with coconut coir, so kind of, on the fence on how eco-friendly it is, but it's a really good peat-free compost. But this Malcourt looks good, so I'm going to give it a try this year and see how we go with it. So let's sow a few things up. We do something like this, so easy to overthink it, but literally filling the pot with soil and shoving the cutting in, keeping it in the greenhouse, is all it needs. I'm going to keep it watered. I've got a few of these to do. Again, I might thin out a few of those leaves on that one. Having less leaves has got less to support while it kind of establishes a few roots. This one doesn't look very good. This is what the rest of the plant looks like. Actually, I can feel the stem is pretty much dead. I don't think that's going to grow, but we'll put it in. What's the worst that can happen? Oh dear, I'm down to potentially 3 perennial pale plants. That's going to be a bit rubbish. I'll give them a water when I'm finished. Oh, glad I didn't pay for the 4 seeds that came in that packet. Let's do... I've cut up an old milk carton to make some labels. Now, there's always a danger with seed swaps. This is a good example of why I probably won't plant these. I might buy some better seeds because they have also got cucumber seeds in the packet here. So I'm not sure that I trust the seed grower, because peppers need to be isolated. They're really quite promiscuous and will cross-pollinate with other peppers. So I tend to have one up in my window in the bedroom, which I can know is going to be pure from seed. And this year I've got long green Buddha, which has overwintered really nicely. But finding open the packet and finding some other seeds in there does not fill me with confidence that the person knows what they're doing. So I'm going to say no to those. We'll buy some sweet pepper seeds. A bit disappointing. I should have got some different ones yesterday, maybe. But such is life. Such is the risk. So we'll go for some. We'll go for some chili peppers. These are some Thompson and Morgan ones I got for Christmas. So we'll try these. Spangles. 5 seeds. There we go, we have got a sweet pepper. Right, that's my early February kind of sowing done, and it's kind of enough to satisfy my desire to sow some seeds. Trying to hold off on some other stuff. I know I could sow some kind of hardy salads and stuff, but I've got in this bed here quite a good selection of salads growing, and they're looking pretty good. So I'm going to hold off for another couple of weeks with those. I'm going to put these inside now, little covers on them, on the heated propagator, the aubergines, the chili peppers and sweet peppers. For my root trainers, you'll see I've made these little mesh covers to go on them. We suffer really badly with mice here. That's just some 1/4 inch Avery mesh. I've made some little frames that fit just over the top of a root trainer to protect them from mice. And it means they can germinate. As soon as they germinate, I can take them off. The mice don't eat them once they've germinated, or don't tend to. So yeah, I think that's got me started this year's growing. Let's see what it brings. Thanks for watching. Also, if you'd like to buy one of my beautiful wooden potting trays, then go onto my Etsy shop and you'll find them there.